Hello dear friends, my name is Jitendra Bafna. I am a senior MuleSoft architect. In this video, we are going to see how to deploy application to Cloud Hub using Azure DevOps pipeline. So basically we will see how we can create a Azure CI/CD or DevOps pipeline for your MuleSoft application. Okay, so what we will going to do, so we will integrate a DevOps pipeline with your GitHub application. So basically we will push our MuleSoft code into GitHub. So as soon as we push the code to development branch, the Azure DevOps pipeline automatically compile the code and deploy to the Cloud Hub. So that is what we are going to do. So before that, you need to understand what is a Mule Maven plugin. So Mule Maven plugin is a basically a plugin which is used to deploy your application to Cloud Hub, to runtime fabric or to on-premise or on the hybrid implementation. So basically let me go to I have created one small application. Within that I have a Mule Maven plugin, and okay, so and this is when you create the application, by default you can see the Mule Maven plugin. Under configuration I will do some settings or configuration Cloud Hub deployment. Okay, next thing I have to define a server. So server is nothing we will define a server, Anypoint server credential in settings.xml. So I will give that name as a Anypoint, or so basically I will not hard code it. I can say server. So I can declare this as a variable. The next thing I can say Mule version. So what is the version you want for the application? So I can say dollar app dot run time. The third parameter I will give as a application name. Okay, then I can pass this also app dot name. Then I will give workers. So then I can say dollar workers. The next thing I will define a worker type. So you can say dollar worker type. Let me check my Mule artifact.json. What is the version of Mule? It's a 4.30. Okay, that's fine. So I've defined Mule worker type. So make sure all spellings are correct. Server, Mule version, application name, workers, worker type. Then you have to define environment. I can say dollar and so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have defined server, Mule version, application name, workers, worker type, environment. So basically you can define a more property, so you can define application name, username, app runtime, which we have already defined, worker type. Even you can define this particular URI. So I can copy this. This is not mandatory, but you can define it URI also. So you can also define various parameters. It's describe everything here. So what are different parameters you can use? Application name, environment, properties, region, worker type, persistent queue requires server, all these things. So there are multiple things you can define. So right now for me, I can define this much of the thing where I am defining URI, server, dollar server. I can define one more parameter, object. I want to use object store v2. I can say true. So I'm defining application name, Mule version, worker type, environment. Okay, these are the settings you need to do. You can save everything. Now what I will do, I will go to GitHub. The first thing I have to move my code to GitHub. So basically I will create a repository. So I will create a private repository. I can say VPC, or yeah, VPC. I can give some application name, VPC Azure demo app. Okay, so this is my application name. Just I will say create. So it will create a repository. Then I can go to my application. Make sure your application you have installed Git on your machine. Then you have to initialize your repository. So for your application, so I initialize Git in it. It created .git folder. You can see it created repository on GitHub. So I have to move this code into my GitHub. So I have already init it. Now I will say git add dot. Then I can say git commit -m. Then I will say initial commit. Okay, so it has locally commit your code. Then I can say git branch -m main branch. Okay, now I want to add a remote repository. So I want to tell where is your remote repository. You can say git remote add and your repository name. You can get this name from here also. Paste it. Then you can say git push origin main. So it will push your code to the git main branch. So you can see now I will create a development branch out of this. So I can write dev and I will say create dev branch. It will create a dev branch. Now I will go to Azure pipeline. The next step I am going to Azure pipeline. So basically you have to create you have to create an account on dev.azure.com. So you can try with free account and then depending on your requirement you can go with an enterprise account. So you can say pipeline. Now say create pipeline. So what I want to connect GitHub. Okay, so I can select GitHub. Okay, so it will like tell all the accounts. So generally in my case I am already connected to GitHub. So you may first time it may ask you for the GitHub username and the password. In my case I am already connected, so it haven't asked me. So I want this particular application. It will try to authorize. Yeah, I will say approve and install. Yeah, this is my account. So yeah, I want Maven. Then I will define some variables. Okay, so click on this variable button. So new variable. So I want to define some variable basically, no? So you can define a variable as a server. I will say my server name is Anypoint. Then you can select other variable, or yeah, that's fine, you can keep same app runtime. My app runtime value is 4.3.0. Then next thing, I just copy it, app.name. It's always good practice to copy the thing. I can say VPC Azure demo app. Okay, next thing, let me define other parameter workers. How many workers you want? You can say I want only one worker. You can keep this as a secret value also, it will hide it, but I will not do that. Then next property, you need to define a worker type. In my case I will go with a micro worker. Then the last property you have to define, that is environment. In my case this is production. Okay, you can keep, you don't have to define same. You can change like whatever you have defined variable here, that's fine. You can define variable with a different name here. Okay, that is also I think it's fine. So you can define a variable with a different name, but definitely we need to do the mapping between this variable, and we will do that. How we can do it, that I will show you. So we have defined that. The next step, I will show you the file. This is my Azure pipeline file. which we will going to use. So basically if you see a trigger, so you have to first write the trigger. So it should be trigger means like batch true. It whenever you commit the change to this particular dev branch, it will trigger the pipeline. So that is what this means. You can exclude the file. So basically if I don't want to trigger the pipeline if the changes has been done in this particular file, so I have if I do any changes in pom.xml or azure pipeline.yaml, it should not trigger the file, it should not trigger the pipeline. You can define those file here. Then this is my ubuntu latest. Then also you can define some variable. So basically this is very important variable. So basically we will create a settings.xml and we will keep within this particular group. I will show you. Then you are doing cache. So basically first time when you will be performing a run like MVN deploy, so it will download all the Maven dependency and it will cache it. In the second time, so first time if it taking 20 to 30 minutes or 15 minutes for the deployment, next time it will take 2 3 or 4 5 minutes, because it will read all the dependency from the cache, no. So this is the command. Then like your next steps are like it just checking this pom.xml and then caching. Apart from that, it will download the settings.xml from your secure file. I will show you how we can configure this. Then like it will copy the settings.xml to this particular path on a server. Then we have to define some like a Maven pom file, Maven options. That's fine. The important thing from here is the goal. Okay, goals. So currently we are using Mule Maven plugin. So its command is clean install package deploy. Maven option means, so basically in Maven OPTS, if you see this is my Maven OPTS, here I am saying I want to cache the data. So I want to tell this particular command you want to cache all this dependency. Then server, this is the server variable which we have defined here, and this $server variable which we defined on Azure pipeline basically. So here, so this is that variable. Okay, server. In that case I kept both as the same, so nothing to worry about that. Environment is fine, worker is fine, worker type is fine. So it should not be Mule version, it should be app.runtime. And you can say app.runtime. So I have defined same in like here it's again app.runtime. If you see here it's again app.runtime. If I keep this as a runtime only, so in like here it will come as a $runtime only. So here app name, so what I have given the app for app name, I given app.name. I can copy this, I will give this file. Okay, and what is the variable I declare in the Azure? It's again app.name. So you can use app.name. Okay, so what I have defined the server, environment, workers, worker type. So let me verify worker type and all those things. It's defined like this only. Yeah, environment, everything is fine. Yeah, all is good. So you can save this file, and then you copy this file and go to your project root folder and paste it there, and make sure the file name is as like it should be like that only, no. Wait, I have done some mistake by so let's wait. So let now I will create I will copy it again. So close this file, let me open the other notepad. I will create a settings.xml. Settings, the first tag slash settings, and under settings you have a servers. Under server you can define the server. So basically server which we have defined in pom.xml is equals to anypoint. So we have to define that same here. So basically server is okay. So you can say server. Under server you can say id. id is anypoint. So make sure that match with your server defined in pom.xml and like as a variable anypoint. I'm sorry, it's less id. Then you have to define anypoint platform username. In my case it's Jackie85 username, and finally you have to give the password. So I will not show the password right now, I will just pause the video and add the password. Let's save this file as a settings.xml. The file name should remain settings.xml. Save your on desktop. I will pause the video and I will just update the password in that. So guys, welcome back. So you can see I have just moved my file to root of this application. So make sure your file name is Azure pipeline.yaml only, -pipelines.yaml. Let me explain files one again. So basically I'm defining the trigger here. So whenever I commit any change to dev branch, it should trigger the pipeline. And whenever, like in that particular project, when I am doing changes in this particular files, so it will not trigger the pipeline. Here I am defining what is the image, and like I will tell you, this is very important group. Okay, so we need to define that. So I will tell you how we can do that. Then apart from that, this is very important command, and like here I'm copying my settings.xml. So I want to add the settings.xml into Azure pipeline. I will tell you how we can do that. So clean install -d mule deploy, then we am giving the server. So this is the variable I've defined in the pom.xml, and this is the variable I've defined in the Azure variable. Same thing, environment, so generally I kept both names same, so which is fine. App.runtime, app.name, whatever. So just save everything. I hope like I have done some commit. Let me go to Azure pipeline. Yes, so I've done the initial commit. Okay, so now what I will do, I will change the branch. So basically now I want to work on dev branch. So you can use git branch -m and you can say dev. So it will switch to dev branch. I can say git add dot git commit -m YAML file added git push origin dev. Okay, so I push my this YAML file, but still it will not trigger the job. So next, so we have done this particular thing. Now what I have to do, I have to copy this particular thing, build variable group, copy this. I have to create that group. So go to Azure pipeline, go to library, variable group, define this name, then add parameter. So basically you need to add something. So what you have to do, so you have to tell where is your settings.xml. So you can use this secure file path. At least it require one variable. Then I can say settings.xml. Okay, you can save it. Okay, I've saved it. Let me go to pipeline. I think I haven't saved it. Yeah, I've done the mistake. Let me create pipeline again, because I forget to save the pipeline, which is fine. No issue on that. I can create it in a few seconds. Let me go to overview. Let me go to pipeline. So my pipeline is not, I forget to save it. Let me create it again. Okay, I can quickly create it. GitHub. So yeah, I want this particular pipeline, Maven, and I have to define the variables once again. So let me copy everything once again. So I can go to my pom.xml. Okay, so I can go to server. I can quickly define once again. So server Anypoint. So this name should be matched with the settings.xml. Now you have defined the server. I can quickly define everything. App.runtime. 4.3.0. You can say OK. Now let me go and define the third variable, app.name. So I can say VPC Azure 8081 demo, whatever name you want to give it. Define workers, it's one. Define worker type, it's micro. Then you can define environment. So say okay, let's check all the variables: environment, worker type, workers, app.name, app. You can say save, and from here you can say save. You can give the setups. So I can say VPC 8081 Azure pipeline. Okay, just say save. So it is creating a pipeline. So last time we forget to save the pipeline. So you can see the pipeline has been created. It see all data will come soon. So you can go to see, you can see. So you can go to pipeline. Here this is your pipeline has been created, but the pipeline is still not running. So next thing we have to do, we have created a group already. Under that group I want to add this secure, you can see variable group. You can go to secure files. So you can just drag and drop, or you can add the settings.xml which we have created just now. Okay, just copy settings.xml. Okay, this is my settings.xml. You have added it. So that is what you have to do it. So now everything is good, I think. Yeah, so settings.xml, secure files, everything is added. Now you can go to pipeline. Here it's saying nothing is running. So what I will do, I will do some changes. I want to make sure everything is done. I can go to set payload. I will do some minor changes, So what I will do, I can write something app. Now I will say save. Now what I will do, I will say git add dot git commit. I can say -m payload changes. Then you can say git push origin dev. So everything has been pushed successfully. So you will see the pipeline will run automatically. It will start execution. Yeah, you can see the pipeline started running. So it is queued. So payload changes, right? You can see the messages also. So basically, you can see the first time you have to give a permission to pipeline. So you can say permit. So from next time you don't have to give it, or otherwise you can go to permission, you can give it. So right now I forget to do that, so you can do it from here also. So next time when pipeline run, we don't have to give any permission. You can say payload changes. Click on this job. See, you can see it will start performing all these operations which we have defined in our pipeline file. So guys, it will take like some time. So let it come to Maven, then I can pause the video till it install or deploy the application. So now you can see it's a first time deployment, right? So it will download all your dependency. Second time it will not, because it will chaos everything. So deployment will be much faster. So I will pause the video for now till it deploy the application. Hello guys, welcome back. So my application has been successfully deployed. You can see that using Azure CI/CD pipeline. The important thing about Azure CI/CD pipeline is this Azure pipeline.yaml file. So that is very important file. So I will share this file. Okay, so you can like use this file for your future deployments and all those things. So and the other things, the settings.xml is very important file. So the application has been deployed. You can see it here. So if you see it, Maven, So here, it downloaded a lot of thing, so the first time it downloaded everything, and here you can see deploying the artifact VPC Azure, and it successfully deployed, and everything is successfully completed. Even like if you want to run the this particular job manually, you can simply click on this run new. It will definitely run your job manually. Now if you see your job is successfully, if there you can see if there's any code coverage we have done. So no code coverage available, extension, whatever. Now you can go to this particular pipeline, and you can see all uh, how many runs are there. So you can see that. Let me click on this particular pipeline, and you can see like see, so you can see like history about that. So how many deployment is successful. Right now we have done one deployment, that is success, and you can see the analytics. So right now it's just a few deploy just one deployment done. So you will see like if you keep on doing more and more deployment, you will see all this analytics and all those things. Let me trigger this particular job once again. So let me go to VPC. I will do set payload. Okay, I can say instead of app I can say application, and then I can say save. Then I can say git add dot git commit -m. I can say message changed in set payload. Then I can say git push origin dev. So as soon as I push my code, so it should trigger a new branch, a new job, sorry. So still it's moving the code, so you can see, so code has been moved. Let me reload it. So it should trigger the other job also, so I'm waiting for that. Yeah, you can see the job has been triggered. So what message change in the set payload. So you can see that that particular job has been triggered. So you can see that, you can click here, and so this particular job is triggered, and I can say job. Okay, okay, so you can see that automatically job has been triggered. So even like if anything is got filled, you receive the email of if your job is successful, even you get the email for that basically. So see, this time it haven't downloaded any dependency. You can see that, right? Because now it is picking a dependency from the cache, right? The previously it take lot of time, like it took around 15 minutes to download all the dependency. This time it haven't downloaded a single dependency because it read everything from the cache memory. So let me go to my application. I am waiting for application to deploy. So copy this. Let's see like whatever changes we have done got replicated. So go to logs. So I'm waiting for my application to get deployed. So this is pretty cool thing, like caching the dependency. It's a very good thing. So now this time, just you see, last time you can see like 10,000 something around 10,000 messages, but this time it's 167, something around. So it may take some time, so let's wait while it's deploying the application. So in next video we're going to see how we can create a tag and how we can create a release for your production deployment using this Windows Azure pipeline. So yeah, so we will see that. So let's wait while application is getting deployed, so it may take some time. So let's wait. So it's very Azure pipeline is a very good for deploying your MuleSoft application, at least on Cloud Hub. So I'm waiting for my application to get deployed. So here it's we have a good documentation, so you can go through that documentation. So what are things you can configure for deploying application to Cloud Hub? What are things you can configure to deploy application to runtime fabric? Everything is available. And what are application you can deploy for on-premise. So MuleSoft has provided a very good documentation for everything. So you can go through that. You get all the information. It provides lot of examples, for deploying the application. So my application is started. Okay, so let me run this particular URL. I can say test. So you got this downloaded a file. Let me open. Better I can go to download, and it downloaded this particular file. I can open with notepad. So you can say response from application 8081 application. We have changed this app to application. We got a proper response, right? So my application has been, I came out. Okay, that is fine. Let me go inside again. Okay, so let me close. So you can follow this documentation. It's very good documentation. So I have also other videos on like how we can deploy the application using Jenkins or using Travis CI. So there are a lot of things on CI/CD. You can watch this. So it will be very useful for you, right? So yeah, so this takes some time for to get the status updates and everything. So still so application got deployed, everything is fine. So I hope if you like this video. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. So we will come up I will come up with next video on tag and release using Azure pipeline.